And we're back! Planet Odd versus Newbee, the deciding game. Magandang hapon po sa lahat na nanonood. You're watching Galaxy Battles at Shenzhen, China. This is the winner bracket final between Planet Odd and Newbee. 1-1 ang score. Planet Odd, they take game 1 and then Newbee with a convincing fast game in game 2. So now, whoever wins will go straight to the grand finals and the loser will face TNC Pro Team. Magandang hapon po sa inyong nanonood. Pao Sandatabago covering this game. Mamaya po for TNC's lower bracket final run will be Kuya Nick. So titignan natin who will face the Filipinos later on at 3 p.m. Planet Odd, they've banned out once again, not wanting to face Kaka's Night Stalker. And now they will even remove from the pool itong Nick's Assassin. They've also removed KP's Naga Siren. And they will pick up the Faceless Void into the Phoenix. Meanwhile, sa kabilang dapo naman, Newbee will get the Sand King into that Vengeful Spirit. Titingnan natin ngayon what both teams still have up their sleeves. Planet Odd, so far, they've had multiple strategies in this best of 3. They're not going for consistent heroes all that much. In fact, they haven't picked Faceless Void and this Phoenix so far against Newbee. Newbee, we've seen them use the same heroes, same general mindset in terms of their strategy, securing that Nyx Assassin in 2 games, securing SCC's Queen of Pain, and securing a mid-game centered hero para kay Mugi. First it was the Ursa Warrior, then it was the Life Stealer. So titingnan natin, will Newbee continue on that course? Second banning phase for both teams as Newbee take out the Invoker and the Darkseer, not wanting to give Weeha a power pick, not wanting to give him a game na kaya niyang bawiin yung Meepo performance niya in Game 2. Meanwhile, Planet Odd naman, they will round out their second phase of bans with that Ursa Warrior removed from the pool. And now Planet Odd will get the Earth Spirit. So a lot of team fight control here so far for Planet Odd. They have the zoning, they have area denial, they have stunts, the silence, and of course, that Chronosphere. Newbee, they have the pick-off potential with that Burrow Strike, with the stuns, and the swap. So again, Newbee so far in all 3 games going for the ganks, going for the pickoffs, while Planet Odd going for more AoE control in these matchups. Nakita nyo sa likod ng mga players natin, yung Electric Fan Gaming for Shenzhen, China. But that's okay. Gagawin natin ng lahat just to make sure that the players are comfortable as they play through this tournament. And it looks like Newbee will pick up a Queen of Pain here for SCC. This does not look like they're going to go for the EG style kung saan niro-rotate nila sa offlane etong pack. However, that is still a possibility dito for this team. The puck will be very useful here to try and take out the back line kung saan pwedeng makita natin yung Phoenix ay tatambay lang with that heat ray katulad ng ginamit ng Newbee in the hands of Kaka kanina. Planet Odd, with their last picks in this phase, trying to see should they now secure the mid lane for Weeha or will they get an offlaner here. Resolution, he can bring that Faceless Void in the safe lane. However, it is also a pick that they can give to Moon Meander here in the offlane. So we know that that the Phoenix and the Earth Spirit picks will be their support core. So nandito na lang tayo waiting to see who will be their laners. It looks like it will be Sven here para kay Resolution. So it looks like it will be Moon Meander's Faceless Void. So only the mid laner left here for Planet Odd, signaling to Newbee yung kailangan na tanggalin, and it looks like Newbee ayaw na magpaligoy-ligoy pa. They reveal the Drow strat. They will pick up. They have 3 ranged heroes, 2 damage augmenting auras here. So Planet Odd might be looking at another quick game here. If Newbee can get ahead sa laning phase, they can demolish their towers very quickly. Planet Odd, they need to get the ganks as early as they can. They need to bring down itong si Mugi dito sa kanyang Drow Ranger. Newbee now, waiting for another support. The Sand King can go on 4. Can still go on the offlane kung gugustuhin man nila. So Newbee has initiators. They have the stuns. They have the Waning Rift for an AoE silence. Another silence on the Gust by the Drow. So they can use that to just push and push and push. Keep Planet Odd away from them. Not allow Planet Odd to get to their Blink Daggers on that Sven. But Planet Odd, they do have a lot of jump in potential pa rin. They have the roll in from the Earth Spirit. They have the Icarus dive to land that Supernova. However, the Supernova will be very vulnerable here for Newbee. They do have a lot of right-click centric na heroes. In fact, the entire lineup of Newbee, with respect dun sa Sand King, can take down the Supernova quite easily here. So they need to have perfect coordination here on the side of Planet Odd to land that Chronosphere and allow that Supernova to tick down, get that AoE damage in, get that AoE stun in. And that's the way they can beat Newbee in this game. Planet Odd will remove the Lina from the pool, not wanting to give magic damage and right-click damage for SCC here. So SCC, he can still go for the tried and tested Queen of Pain all 3 games in a row. As Newbee will take the time here. They need to have a good ban. It will be Death Prophet ang kanilang tatanggalin dito. A Death Prophet for Weeha, not available. So Newbee, they have a lot of options here. Queen of Pain, Templar Assassin, which was banned out in Game 2 by Planet Odd. Another hero that they can use here to great effect dito sa kanilang Drow strategy. Will they go the physical damage route? Will they go for tried and tested? Newbee has the pick. They're going to take their time here. It looks like it will be Medusa instead. So a little bit of a late game insurance plan here for the Chinese squad. Not going TA, not going Queen of Pain. Instead, the Medusa here will be deployed. So Newbee, all in on the Drow strategy here, as they want to secure their spot in the Grand Finals against Planet Odd. Planet Odd, final pick for them. Papaisip sila dun. I think they expected someone more mobile in the mid lane. But now na nakita nilang merong Medusa, they need to find a mid laner that can handle him, and it looks like that's going to be the pick for them. Skywrath Mage for Weeha once again. Resolution on that Sven. Misery on the Earth Spirit. Saksa on the Phoenix. And sino yung offlaner nila? Sven yung Sven sa Resolution. Faceless Void. Faceless Void for Moon Meander. So on Newbee side naman, looks like it's going to be Mugi sa kanyang Drow Ranger. SCC on that Medusa. Although they can, well, I don't think you want to switch the Drow Ranger to the mid. So it probably will be Mugi on that Drow Ranger in the safe lane, just so pwede siyang bantayan ng mga supports. They do have a Sand King. They have a Puck in the mid lane. That's for SCC. So a lot of resources here to make sure that the Drow Ranger comes up online. The Vengeful Spirit as well is available. So a lot of right-click damage, even though konti pa lang kanilang items, will be available. Ito natin dito sa ating screen. Naghihintay lang tayo mag-load up ang ating players. Strategy phase. Nakita nyo dun sa likod, dun sa screen nila. Now, we've been told maganda naman yung stage. Maganda naman yung boots in China. Nagkakaroon lang, kasamaang palad lang nagkakaroon ng some technical difficulties. But as long as we're given good Dota, not a lot to complain. And nakikita dyan, they're going to load in. It will be Mugi on that Drow Ranger. Teka, look, sobrang taas nung sobrang yaman ng mga organizations nila. I'm sure it's the organizations that give these players their compendiums. Take a look at that, 4,538 as a team. dalawang 1,000. Eto na nga, Wiha. Medyo hindi ko trip yung cosmetics niya, but that's okay. Hindi din naman yun yung habol natin in this game. Misery going OG. No, cosmetics sa kanya, so respects for him. But now, eto tayo. KP will be the Puck. Yun na nga. So, the Medusa will be the mid. KP will go Puck in the offlane. Kaka on that Sand King SCC in the mid. Faith on that position 5 Vengeful Spirit. Very classic. While Mugi rounds up with their lineup with the Drow Ranger in the safe lane dito sa Dire side. Kita natin, warding already deployed here by Newbee. They want to scout out, they want to deny some information here from the Radiant team. Whoever wins goes straight to the Grand Final. Ang matatalo kakalabanin ng TNC. Ewan ko sa inyo guys pero para sa akin, tingin ko mas kakayanin talaga ng TNC. Actually both teams tingin ko kaya niya. I mean, they've gone up against Planet Odd before, natalo na nilang Planet Odd. They've also gone up against Newbee, and natalo na nilang Newbee. They even 2-0'd them in Star Ladder, and they've gone 1-1 in best of 1 games in this particular event. So tingin ko, whoever has to face TNC, I think TNC can take them in a fight. But I do hope that it will be a Newbee versus TNC final, just so that we can see sort of a rematch there from that Group A tiebreaker stages, kung saan nanalo ang TNC. However, due to time rating, they still fell to that lower bracket stage. So lower bracket run ang TNC dito, and immediately makikita natin Misery going hard on Kaka, but Kaka will have the Burrow Strike there. And wala muna magkakamatayan dito. Wiha will not opt in for the lane swap, knowing that against SCC, he should be favored here. He has a lot of damage, and with Misery here, looks like they're going to go for the kill, and nandito na ba? But no, the Fairy Fire is there, and mamamatay ba siya dito? Will this be enough? No, he will survive that. Grabe yung galawan nila doon. Misery, they want to get the win here for Wiha as early as possible here. Again, not wanting to fall victim dito sa Drow strategy. So, sa mga hindi nakakalam, the Drow strategy, they use the Precision Aura and the Vengeful Spirit's Damage Aura. The Vengeance Aura ba tawag dun? But the Damage Aura on the Vengeful Spirit to go for a timing push around 12 minutes in, mga siguro first few key items, first key levels, and demolish towers para mag-snowball ng pera at experience ang mga cores at supports ng Drow Ranger strategy team. So with that, kakailanganin mo doon a lot of range heroes that can perform in the early to mid game. So the Drow Ranger, not the best late game carry, but hindi rin sila built for that kind of strategy. However, Newbee, they did take the Medusa to try and help them get to the late game in the event na mapigilan sila ng Planet Odd dito. Planet Odd naman, they have a lot of setup. They have the AoE stuns coming out. They have the line stun here from the Earth Spirit, Care of Misery. They have the Stormbolt by the Sven. They even have a setup here by Moon Meander once meron na siyang ultimate. So if Planet Odd can survive this early stage of the match, early laning phase into the mid game, hindi sila mag-give up na masyado maraming tower. Once they have their initiation items plus their first few damage items, mukhang kaya nilang iligpit ang Newbee. So we will see who will prevail. It's 1-1, so both teams showing that they have what it takes to go the distance here. Ang tanong na lang, who will win out? SCC will be bullied back to his tower here. Wiha, mauubusan siya ng mana dito. Faith and company, however, will start the stacks dito sa jungle area to see if they can get SCC some more farm. He's taking a lot of harass here. It looks like they're going to go for Moon Meander. The stun will be layered out. Will he have the time walk? Una siyang mamamatay, and the damage for Mugi, too real there. As he picks up first blood, Moon Meander falls. 3-2-2 gold ang kanyang i-give out doon. And that's a good sign if you're the Drow Ranger team. SCC will get body blocked. Misery with the stun. It will land on him. Will SCC fall? And yes, it will. Weeha with the right click, taking out the mid laner. And Newbee now. They get their first blood answered here. Key kill here for Planet Odd as they take out SCC. But maybe they also need to rotate some people to the top lane and try and help itong off-laner nila rito. Mugi with the damage. Will they force out? And yes, nandun na nga. The time walk will be used. He can't stay to the damage there. Dahil the time walk, it works best kung ang kalaban mo ay merong burst damage. However, if you're taking damage over time in the form of right clicks, you can still fall to a persistent tri-lane here, care of Newbee. Moon Meander kept at 50% HP. And he cannot come near here and leech out experience as Newbee will be pulling out their creep wave just to make sure that they have some help to take out these neutral creeps. SCC, kita nyo rito sa ating last hits. Last hit leader will be the Sven, Resolution. And KP will be not too far behind the man dito sa kanyang puck. But you can see, medyo malayo yung Medusa. 60, number 6 siya in terms of last hits. And now, Planet Odd will go on the offensive as they go for KP. KP, will he be able to escape? And looks like he will be. Hinahawal pa siya. Resolution, not enough. But Saksa with the fadeaway, taking down KP. And now it looks like Weeha. Siya naman ngayon ang pagbabantaan. But too fast for him. 375 move speed with the boots. And he will casually fly away. Fate, hindi pa sila tapos. Kakayanin ba? Nope. Babak lang dito si Weeha ng kaunti. And they will use the shrine to get his mana pool back up. 2-1 now. Planet Odd will lead in kills as they do take down the puck kanina. Now Weeha and company, they'll reveal that they were smoked up. Misery coming in from the sidelines. They'll land on SCC. Will they have the body blocks? No, the stun will be there, but they see Kaka also teleporting in. Kaka, will he have the range for that burrow strike? It looks like they will not. He will walk up to the high ground and make a detour. He will be scouted out. Take a look at those defensive warding by ODD for that mid lane. Alam nilang medyo vulnerable etong si Weeha given na Skywrath Mage yan. Yes, malakas yung damage, but can be killed if you're persistent. So they will place the right warding there. The Gus will try and slow him out. Mugi with the damage, and it will be enough. Umabot pa si Mugi doon. So they equalize in kills. 2-2 now. We're not even 10 minutes in, and you can feel the tension as both teams, they know that time is all that matters here. ODD, they need to delay. Newbee's items, Newbee's experience, they need to retake the initiative here. Newbee naman, they need to have time on their side. They need to cut down this laning stage. They need to get ahead and start wailing on those towers with the damage given by the Drow Precision Aura and the Vengeful Spirit's own damage aura. SCC, magtatrabaho lang muna. Net worth leader natin will be Mugi. On that Drow Ranger, first few early items will come out for both teams. Mobility here for that Sand King as Kaka will walk around the tree line trying to spot someone out. Saksa ang una niya makikita. But it looks like, naku, the Stylens will be there. Another one, the Waning Rift. Great timing there as Mugi was hiding behind the tree line. And here we go. The damage will be laid on the tier 1 tower dito sa baba. Kaka will scout out kung meron bang papuntang Radiant Hero. He manages to steal the rune from underneath Misery. But now Newbee will go for the push. It's a bit earlier than expected. And they will take tier 1 tower here below 10 minutes. 8 minutes in and 1 tower is already down now. As Newbee, they even have a lot of stacks here for SCC. They know he's been trailing. They know that he's been focused up by Misery. And so they will give him the farm now. So another Another valuable thing na mabibili ng newbie na strategy na to. Dahil meron silang ability to go for that push. Nako, hold the phone. Moon Meander and Saksa going for that gank here on Fate. But he survives somehow. Buhay pa ngayon. KP will teleport in. Moon Meander will be dream coiled up. Will they have the damage? But no, he will time walk to safety. So 1 for 1 here. Both supports dying. Kakain siya ng ultimate dito, but he will survive. And dahil buhay pa siya, he will find the silence here on Uiha. Would they have the damage? However, no, mamamatay muna. Ito ang ating Sun King. Kaka, 1 more HP, but the heat ray will keep him alive. Saksa there in the nick of time, as the illusions were enough to take down the support on Newbee's end. 4-4. And balik tayo sa sinasabi natin kanina, dahil nakakuha sila ng una nilang Torre, they will have some time here to give up and allow the Medusa to come back into this game. Kanina, trailing siya by a lot, but now he is number 3 in net worth. And nakikita nyo yung tension dito. 3 ranged heroes now. And take a look at that. Kahit wala pa silang mga items, medyo mabilis silang tumira dito sa mga ancient creeps na to because of the draw strategy. So with this, looks like at the 10-minute mark, Newbee can start posturing, maybe another gank here, and they can start taking the mid lane. Kaka will be stunned up. He will be silenced. Will they land the slow? Yes, they will, but they don't have the detection for him, as Kaka will use the Sandstorm, dodging out the Earth Spirit. Faith here, mahahanap niya si Uiha. He will be silenced up. Nako, munti ka na siya mamatay doon. Will they have the stun? Sobrang tagal ng Ancient Seal, but from downtown, they even land the stun here by Misery, but Faith will survive, and Newbee will retreat to their side of the river, as ODD will do the same. Newbee. Kailangan nila makahanap ng opening dito. The more that ODD can delay them, the worse it will be on their end. However, the Sven has fallen off somewhat in terms of farm, and he can make that up. And he will walk into a clutch of Newbee players. They're going to drop the silence into the stun, and it looks like it will not be enough for him to save himself. The Stormbolt will not take out anyone. He will fall here. Newbee 4 and 5 now. They take out the Sven, big kill for them, but it looks like ODD will perfectly set up the ultimate here, as SCC will fall, but now KP on that counter initiate. The Dream Coil will land, and Mugi is here. He's dropped the silence. The Ethereal Jaunt will come in. KP will take a kill. Uiha will fall dito. Moon Meander, will he fall as well? Mukhang mabubuhay pa. Misery will fall. He will be denied by Saksa, however. Nagulat ako dun biglang pangalan ng dalawang ODD, but it looks like Moon Meander will take out Kaka here. But no, the Burrow Strike keeping him away from danger here. So 2 heroes down on the side of Planet Odd, as the rest of Newbee teleport in time to save this tower. They lose SEC in the process, but 5-6 now, and 3 members from Newbee are sitting at the top of the net worth charts. Newbee, kailangan nilang humabol ulit ng kaunti, but now SCC, because of those stacks, mukhang kaya na niyang mag-push out ulit at sumali sa mga ganks na ganito. Now in this situation, the Medusa does rely a lot more on the Mystic Snake, dahil maagang-maaga pa. Wala pa siyang masyadong items for that consistent damage. And a lot of their damage comes, by the way, through that Drow Ranger. Nakita natin a replay of the fight. They get the good start by dropping the Chronosphere and setting up the ultimate from Uiha. However, the counter initiate is real, as KP lands the 3-person Dream Coil, and together with Mugi, they get the kills. Mamamatay si Saksa doon. The Supernova will not deploy. In the end, a good team fight for both teams, with Newbee coming out ahead just ever so slightly there. Ito na naman, another engagement on the top lane, as Moon Meander needs to time walk away. Half HP na siya rito. Do they have the Chronosphere? Mukhang wala. And ako, si Saksa, gagamit na siya ng kanyang Supernova. And looks like the Supernova will go through and Faith will die here. Resolution has taken out Mugi as well. Disastrous fight for Newbee dito as Saksa also melts down the Sand King. 3-for-1 exchange, and now Planet Odd are in the lead in terms of kills. They win out. 1,200 gold win for them there, and now they even have the creep wave perfectly timed to come up here and go for a push in the tier 1 sa taas. Every time the Drow Ranger dies this early, that sets back Newbee by such a big margin, and it looks like they will need to transition completely now for by relying on this Medusa. So rather than having that Drow Ranger be the core of their strategy, it looks like mas kakailanganin siya to support the damage output of SCC. Dahil hindi pa sila nakakatipag ng another tower outside of that 8-minute push that they had kanina in the bottom lane. ODD. Once again, trying to look for another pick-off. They need Newbee to be down in push, to be down in numbers. They need to find the initiative here. They have the vision, kitang-kita nila doon, but not committing just yet. And it looks like Newbee, they will not lose anyone despite a lot of Planet Odd players in the vicinity. And Mugi and company, looks like they will be getting their first few items here of the match. Nakita nyo, Weeha building up. Going for, I believe he's also going to be building Rod of Athos this game. But going first with the bracers for that added tankiness. KP already completed ang kanyang Blink Dagger. So toe-to-toe here with Moon Meander as the key initiator for his team. Mugi will drop the silence, but 3 members of ODD here will repel Newbee. And the Medusa has completed the Blade Mail. So Blade Mail first for him. And the next item will be that Manta style. So they're going to rely on placing SCC in the middle of these fights. And it looks like magsisimula na ngayon. Misery will roll in. They will be able to take out that Blade Mail. The Blade Mail here, very, very useful to counteract itong damage output ni Weeha, forcing him to be careful, and now the Blink Dagger will be used. But it will not be enough to burst down itong Sven. Gulatan lang, the rest of Planet Odd quick para magbigay ng rest back. Kaka will move back down to the south to escape the clutches nitong Planet Odd. Now, Planet Odd, they do lose their tier 1 tower sa gitna. And now, SCC, magtatrabaho siya dito sa taas, supported by Faith. And you can see the damage on him right now. 111 plus 129 because of the Precision Aura. Such a large amount of damage coming out. And the push will be real for them. Kaka, magpupush muna siya dito sa baba. But naku, ano nangyari dito sa stream natin? Oh, LAN, please. So, while inaayos po muna ang ating stream, mukhang magkakaroon tayo ng problema dito. We will be back shortly. Nandito na ho si Kuya Nick, so mag-hi ka na muna sa ating mga viewers. Ha? May internet tayo, pero alag ano. Eto, Kuya Nick.
Hello, hello. Yan. Magandang tanghali. Triggered. Ano number sa baba?
Number sa baba? Hindi ko alam. Oo. Eto ho. Si Kuya Nick, kakagising lang. Nakarating, kamusta ang ano mo? Ito, mag-interview na muna tayo dahil wala naman tayong ano. Tatawagan daw namin si PLDT at nagagalit na si Kuya Nick. Oo. Oo. Eto ngayon, ako wala pa rin yung ano natin. Eto ho. Ito si Kuya Nick. Eto, para makita nyo. Teka lang. Ito ako. Ito si Boss JM. Mapagmahal. Ayan si Kuya Nick. Kakarating lang. Kamusta? Mamaya mag-open daw kami ng treasure. So magkintuan muna tayo dahil wala eh. Wala yung pinapanood natin eh. Okay. So ano pa bang show natin mamaya, Kuya Nick? Nag-stop din po yung mainstream. Totoo po yun kasi ibig sabihin nito, walang net doon sa China. Kaya hindi po sa amin to.
Ibang unit. Toyo.tv.
Oo. So titignan natin kung ano nangyari doon. While inaayos nila, dapat nilang ayusin all the way over there. Magkwentuhan na muna tayo dito. Ayan, maglagay mo muna yun sa caster view. Okay. Ayan, so inaayos muna ni Boss JM. Ito, meron pa tayong ano dito. Ayan, caster no overlay. Hello! Magandang hapon. Okay, so inaayos ni Boss JM dito. Pero, subaybayan mo na. Hindi, ito. Ito, ayusin ko para sa'yo. Aha. Tignan natin kung ayos ba. Wala rin. Mukhang GG from the event itself. So, titignan natin. Kaya ba? Meron ba? Mukhang wala rin. Mukhang wala rin ho talaga. Ha? Mukhang may problema ho talaga ang event mismo. Dahil pati yung English stream. Kaya magtawag na nga tayo ng kaibigan. Tignan natin ano nangyayari sa China mismo. Ayun! Good afternoon na lang muna. As you can see, wala pa ho si Kuya Nick. Kakagising lang. Si Boss JM, kakagising lang rin. Kakagising mo lang ba? Nag-stream kayo kagabi, di ba? So, kamusta ang kasabit? Panalo DC. Alright. Tignan natin. Nandito na ba? Wala rin. Offline. Well, the tournament is now offline. So that's a problem. Wala ring Doyu. Kuya Nick. Wala rin eh.
他那个小姑娘是走出来的，然后我能不能看你？我知道他给我送停车证，他小姑娘走出来，天很热的。反正里面肯定还有个关卡嘛，我稍微开进去一点，让他少走点路嘛。我知道我有证的，他那个帮我送出来，但是
Okay, tuloy yung tournament, pero nakakapanood lang ay China. So, problema yun.
我知道，但你没听懂我意思。他那个天气太热，他是走出来的，里面不是还有一个关卡吗？他帮我送停车证，我让他少走点路嘛，行不行？
So, online yung tournament.
我知道呀，
pero
我有
ang
证呀，
nakakapanood lang ay
他就
from
是帮我
China.
送出来嘛。
Etong Mundam,
里面不是，我记得里面还有一个那个关卡嘛，我就直接在那个关卡让他少走点路嘛。
is it live? Live na ulit? Nope, it's offline.
不敢打，这种情况就非常好。一个美杜莎停在前面，没人敢动手，这就意味着什么？意味着现在他们非常优势。
yung problema is
没人敢接。
server siguro to kasi
意味着现在 Newbee 很优势，一个美杜莎站前面没人敢动手。哎，分身躲锤，非常关键。
Di ko alam kung bakit
虚空假面，
kaya yung
什
stream
么
ng China.
能不能秒掉？
Di ko alam, pero ito mukhang makakapatay
虚
sila.
空直接秒掉，
Hindi ko
漂
makita
亮
ano
的
nangyayari, ano ba to?
追杀。
Walang niya. Paano nanonood si Xiao 8 ng ganito? Pero Misery, mukhang we will be right click down na abot mga KP. And it looks like Newbee will take the advantage in that fight. Ewan ko, guys, naiintindihan nyo ba yung pinapanood namin? Sa Russian stream. O sige, manood tayo na Russian stream. Russian stream. Thailand yan.
哎，我还是启动一下吧，热死。
Hindi. Ganda sa amin yan eh. Mag-comment nga kayo dun sa ano, Russian stream daw. Pero ang kulit ng stream ni. Bumalik na si Mundak. Alright, okay, balik tayo dito. Peng. Okay, ano na ba? Alright, sige, tanggalin na namin yung mukha namin. Bye-bye. Alright, balik tayo sa ating game. Newbee. Hindi ko alam kung paano nila nagawa, but somehow, they've managed to overpower Planet Odd. They've equalized the kills. 12 to 12 now. Ako ewan ko lang sa inyo guys, pero parang gusto ko manood ulit nung stream ni Xiao 8 eh. Parang ang gulo nun to. Parang ang gulo nun nakikita ko. Nakakamangha lang. Pero back to the ball game tayo. And Faith is currently down and out. But now, Newbee, they've managed to break open mid lane. Wala nang tier 2 tower on the mid at dito sa bottom lane. So the damage output is real for this team. The Medusa sitting at 14k gold net worth. Susundan siya ngayon ni Mugi at ni KP. Mukhang hinahanap pa nila si Moon Meander. Kanina pa sila naghahanap dito. That's so much time na hindi nagpa-farm. Ito Newbee, mukhang papabayan na nila finally. And Moon Meander, the antics paying off for him once again. Dalawang sentry ward ang inang ikinomit. But he will survive there. ODD using that time to push out this wave. They've sustained heavy casualties. The last time natin silang nakita dun sa stream ni Xiao 8 as Newbee, they take those fights convincingly thanks to the initiation by KP. Moon Meander will be scouted out eventually. Masyado nang malayo etong Newbee na team. They have the cart. ODD going for a push of their own, trying to see if they can take the tier 1 tower. So a good and worthy trade here as Newbee will take out the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Sobrang bilis nilang kumuha, kita mo yan. Now, kailangan mag-retreat ng Planet Odd. They might lose their base if they don't come in on time. Saksa, Resolution, nagamit na ang kanyang God Strength. It's fading out here. Kitang-kita nyo, the halberd has been completed. Mask of Madness as well. And kalahati na yung buhay nitong tier 3 tower dito sa taas. Kailangan nilang kunin to. And now the blink in forward na magmimintes ang ultimate ni Weeha, and now Moon Meander trapping 2 people in. The Newbee, kukunin nila rito. They looks like they got the stun here. May second voice pala, okay lang yan. Dire-diretso pa rin tayo, and now makakatakas pa si Resolution dito. Hahabulin siya ng Newbee, but gusto ngayon bumalik. And now Misery will fall as well. Moon Meander needs to time walk away. Matatrap nila dito, mukhang mamamatay. Chinese pa. KP boy pa siya rito, but now he will even find the blink away, and Weeha will not land it. Boy pa si KP, and he will land the Waning Rift. The silence is here, and they have the right click damage. Weeha, they don't find the kill on KP. Now Moon Meander will be trapped. The Burrow Strike, perfectly layered stuns, and Newbee demolished the opposition. Grand Theft Auto para sa Newbee. They were able to find the escapes. And it looks like Resolution, however, landing the 2-person stun. He has the God Strength, but he is silenced up. Will he fall here? Mukhang mamamatay siya. Look at the damage being brought upon him by SCC. Mamamatay, 4 heroes down. Mapapa-buyback pa si Saksa dito. And it looks like they will lose this tier 3 tower. Resolution back in the game. However, no God Strength for him. Misery going forward, the 2-person stun. The Stormbolt will land, but he will be used up. Mugi, makakakuha sila ng patay. And now Saksa, he needs to keep his carry alive. Newbee, they finally break apart the tier 3 tower in the top lane, exposing the shrines. And this might be their game to take. They will flank, however, trying to take down this Vengeful Spirit. They will be successful. Take a look at that advantage. Newbee Faith, the position 5 support, with that 1 kill, gives up 513 gold. Ganun kalaki ang lead ngayon ng Newbee. Kita-kita nyo sa screens nyo, it's over 15k in terms of gold net worth advantage. 13 to 19 now, 29 minutes into our ball game as the lead approaches 20k almost for Newbee. The Drow Ranger strategy backed by a late game time bomb on that Medusa coming into play. Completed na ang kanyang Skadi. Completed na rin ang Manta style. And now, it will be Butterfly next on the menu. And now, Mugi, sosoloy niya ngayon si Saksa. Will he have the damage? Yes, he will. Dominating kill streak for Mugi here. As magpapadeliver pa siya ng item en route to taking down the Phoenix. Moon Meander. Meron siyang Shadow Blade completed. already completed ang kanyang Vlads. As now, ODD, they need to push out these lanes. They have an exposed barracks on the top lane, but SCC magtatrabaho dito sa mid. Will they stop him? It looks like sobrang lakas ng damage. Take a look at that. Almost 300 per hit. Mitigated only, but nako, ODD, they get the initiation. Will they find the kills? Mukhang makakuha sila. The first kill will belong the way of ODD as they take out Fate. But KP and Mugi already removing from play. The two cores, double kill for him. 4 heroes down for ODD. They don't have buybacks dito kung mamamatay pa si Resolution. This is game over for them. And it looks like it will be GG regardless as Newbee will go straight into the grand finals, taking out Planet ODD. The former Digital Chaos, former Thunderbirds will go on to face TNC in the lower bracket final. What a game that would be. Now, setbacks aside, technical snafus aside, looks like we will be in for a great last few series. It's going to be NA versus SEA, the Philippines versus the NA squad, Planet ODD. Blah, 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 blah. Ngayong 3 PM, ang magkakas nun ay si Kuya Nick. And titignan natin, can TNC repeat yung performance nila at Kiev kung saan natalo nila ang Thunderbirds? And will they finally face another grand final LAN for them? Newbee naman ngayon ang kanilang katapat. Last time, it was Star Ladder and ang kalaban nila was the Generation of Miracles Team Liquid. But now TNC, they need to beat Planet Odd once more in order to get to the grand final. We'll go on a short break. Hopefully pagbalik namin, mas stable na ang ating tournament. Si Kuya Nick nandito. Ayun, si Kuya Nick nandito. And papasok na siya ngayon. So, once the next series begins, we will come back live. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us. This is Galaxy Battles at Shenzhen, China. See you in a bit.